Good morning. Good morning, sisters. Welcome to the first State Leadership Seminar for the 2020-2022 biennium. I'm just learning what a tongue twister that is. We have gotten your feedback from last night. We know there were some technical problems and some sound problems. We are hoping that everything is going to be clear this morning. This morning you can view on YouTube, on watchmorrison.com, and on Facebook Live. The recordings for last night and today will be available on YouTube and on the Florida ADK website. That's flalphadeltakappa.org. Those will be available by Monday. So if you missed a recording or if somebody else missed a recording, please share that information with them. Welcome to all this morning. And now we're going to have the Pledge of Allegiance led by our Sergeant at Arms, Audrey Reale. Please stand for the pledge.
Please stand for the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now Joanne Carroll is going to lead us in singing the first verse of America the Beautiful.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of gray, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, God shed thy grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
You may be seated. Pat Hall, our chaplain, will give us the thought for the day.
As you can see, I have all different types of flashlights. Some are rather big and chunky. Others are small and are different colors. But all these come together to do one job. And this job is to shine. And when they all shine, they form a brighter light. And that's like us as Alpha Delta Kappa. We come in all different shapes and sizes, but each one of us, no matter what size, no matter what color, can and do have a job to do for Alpha Delta Kappa. As I said in a Devo the other night for the executive meeting, I was talking about being kind, because not everyone in the world is very kind this day. But I know working together, the Alpha Delta Kappa sisters are very kind. And I want us to have a revival of the heart. And so now will you each pray with me using your own faith. Father, your presence is all around, from the heights of the heavens to the bottom of the seas. You rejoice in our victories, and you comfort us in our trials. Revive us for the rest of the year ahead. Lord, renew our strength for the coming events that can occur. Heal our wounds from this year's battles and instill in us a new passion for another year of serving. Amen. And let's don't forget to unlock our potential. Thank you.
Debbie King will now make introductions.
Good morning, sisters. I will begin and be going from the outsides of the table, working my way in. The president of the Council of Chapter Presidents, Miss Diane Coleman. Our chaplain, from which you just heard, Pat Hall. Our Sergeant-at-Arms that you saw on the video, Audrey Reale. I am your historian, Debbie King. Our treasurer, Joanne Carroll. What a beautiful voice she has. Secretary, Paula Bird. The Vice President for Membership, Caroline Gilmore. The immediate past president, Lottie Roy. President-elect, Liz Lilly.
Good morning.
And our president, Nina Coe. I would also like to recognize our FLAPAs. They're not here with us this morning, but we certainly hope that they are watching via technology. And we appreciate all that they have done for Florida Alpha Delta Kappa and would like to recognize them at this time. Leah Benner was our president from 1994 to 96. Joyce Gish from 1998 to 2000. Carol Kramer from 2000 to 2002. Joan Tatum from 2002 to 2004. Margaret McLean from 2008 to 2010. Debbie Stubing from 2010 to 2012. Patty Jones from 2012 to 2014. Carolyn Twaddle from 2014 to 2016. And Pat Watkins from 2016 to 2018. We appreciate all that they have done, and we appreciate you, sisters. Thank you for joining us this morning.
And now we have one last thing from Lottie's Biennium. Paula Bird is going to come up to announce the chapters of distinction.
Good morning, sisters. I would like to congratulate all the chapters in Florida for embracing our new chapter distinction checklist, or better known as the points tracker. It was a great experiment that turned over tracking points earned to the individual chapters, allowing them to always know where they stood in terms of earning the Chapter of Distinction Award. You always knew how close you were to being a gold, a silver, or a bronze chapter. Based on feedback from chapter leaders and the results, it was a success. We had a total of 40 gold chapters. That's 55% of the chapters in the state of Florida. I would like to recognize chapters by district. District 1. Gold chapters, Alpha, Epsilon, Alpha Sigma, Fidelis Nu, and Fidelis Tau. Silver chapter, Delta Sigma. District 2, gold chapters, Alpha Theta, Alpha Nu, Beta Psi, Gamma Alpha, Gamma Beta, Gamma Gamma, Gamma Delta, the Gamma Girls rock, Delta Omicron, and Fidelis Zeta. District 3, Gold chapters, Upsilon, Alpha Kappa, Delta Gamma, Fidelis Beta, and Fidelis Kappa. Silver chapter, Beta Gamma. Bronze chapter, Alpha Phi. District 4, Gold chapters, Alpha Psi, Beta Delta, Beta Mu, Beta Xi, Beta Phi, the Betas rock as well, and Fidelis Pi. Silver chapters, Omicron and Fidelis Lambda. District 5, Gold chapters, Delta, Theta in combination with Gamma, Gamma Upsilon, Delta Rho. Silver chapter, Alpha Rho. District 6, Gold chapters, Alpha Eta, Beta Rho, Beta Tau, Gamma Epsilon, Gamma Zeta, and Fidelis Rho. Silver chapter, Beta Lambda, Delta Epsilon is a bronze chapter. And District 7, Gold chapters, Nu, Xi, Phi, Alpha Omicron, and Gamma Pi. Congratulations, and thank you for all your hard work. District chairs will receive the chapter certificates for their districts by mail for you to disburse whenever you meet with your chapters. Thank you.
A highlight of the beginning of each biennium is the breakfast that we do at the end of convention and the skit at that breakfast. It always picks some fun, sometimes at the outgoing officers and always at the new officers, a new state board, which you see before you. Pat Watkins wrote a skit and videoed it for us, and we're going to enjoy that now. I think you will really enjoy and have fun watching this video.
Sisters of the Florida Alpha Delta Kappa Executive Board for 2020 to 2022, or also known as Team Potential, we have a mission for you. You are about to set out on a dangerous and daring mission. You'll encounter many obstacles along the way, but by working together, you can accomplish your goals. Each of you will be required to unlock a door. We would not send you out without the correct equipment and information, so don't worry. Diane Coleman, as president of the President's Council, you must unlock the door of guidance. You will need good vision to see the views of all the chapter presidents and to read all their minutes each month. Oh. You will need to enlighten them and others, and coach them along the way. Yours is the key of support. Well, support. Whatever, support. Pat Hall, as chaplain, you must unlock the door to the heart. You will need to be a light to others. You will need to support them in their time of illness or need, and you will need to provide inspiration to all. Yours is the key of empathy. Empathy. Backwards, empathy. Audrey Reale, as Sergeant at Arms, you must unlock the door of order. First, you must learn to conquer the correct spelling and punctuation of your title. Oh my gosh, it's so long. Set a sergeant with an E, at with a little A, arms. That's you. You will need an acute awareness of the needs of others. Be on the lookout. And you will need a ready smile. Yours is the key of assistance. And I don't know where it is right now, but it's here. Debbie King, as historian, you must unlock the door to our past. You must record the journey, it's a map, of Florida Alpha Delta Kappa. You must collect and secure the records of all the chapters and their histories. And you must archive it all. Yours is the key of memories. Joanne Carroll, as treasurer, you must unlock the door to our assets. You will need to keep a tight rein on the purse strings, and you will collect and give out money as necessary. But be sure you watch every penny, every penny. Yours is the key of diligence. Paula Bird, as secretary, you must unlock the door to documentation. You will need razor sharp skills to observe all the details you must record. You will need strong hands to record all of that information. And you will need a good knowledge of grammar. Your key is the key of understanding. The key. Caroline Gilmore, as vice president for membership, you must unlock the door to sisterhood. You will need enthusiasm to encourage growth, your wits about you to decipher the membership reports, there's your thinking cap, and a love for Florida Alpha Delta Kappa. Yours is the key of access. Lottie, as immediate past president, or IPP, you must unlock the door of legacy. You will need to wear many hats, as you are the guide, encourager, and one more, mentor to the executive board. Yours is the key of experience. Liz Lilly, as president-elect, you must unlock the door to the future. You will need keen skills of observation. You two get some glasses. You will need to take detailed notes, stuff I learned when I was president-elect, and a willingness to lend a helping hand. Yours is the key of learning. And finally, last but not least, our new president, Nina Coe. Nina. As president, you must unlock the door to leadership. You will need an open heart to use wisdom and patience when solving problems. You will need good health so that you can keep your stamina and endurance up. And most of all, you will need to find joy in the job you are doing. Joy in the job you are doing, and keep a sense of humor. Yours is the key of wisdom. Yours is the key of wisdom. Now, you're not alone on this journey. You have the assistance of special guides at any time. I'm referring, of course, to the Flappas. Leah offers the gift of her time. Joyce is full of pep to cheer you along. Carol will give you hope when you need it. Joan is ready to fulfill any promise. Margaret can offer magical answers. Debbie has excellent advice. Patty believes in you. Carolyn's advice is sure to be a gem. And of course, I'll always be around too. We wish you good luck on your mission. As usual, this message will self-destruct in 3, 2, 1.
Thank you to Pat. We all loved that. If you give me a few seconds to walk around, I'm going to explain my logo again. Okay, before I explain the logo, I have to explain the frame. You've been seeing the logo and had it explained. I just want to review. But the frame has a story also. Way back in 2008, 12 years ago, I was beginning my term as Sergeant at Arms. It was the end of what should have been Pam Thompson's biennium. But those of us that have been around for a while remember that we lost Pam Thompson in the middle of her term, and Flo Thomas finished that term. At the end of her term, when we were cleaning up, I was told I had new Sergeant at Arms that I needed to take home a lot of things with me to store. And one of the things that I was given was this frame with Pam's logo still in it. That it didn't belong to Flo, so she didn't want to take it. Pam's husband didn't want to take it. He didn't have a need for it. Nobody else volunteered, so I took it home with me. And it stayed at my home for 12 years. As the time went by, I realized that, I was going to probably go up and be president someday. So then an idea began to grow. I'll use Pam's frame to frame my logo. So this is a tie between Pam and me and between that biennium. I hope Pam's happy that I used her frame, and it works beautifully for my logo. So my logo, the big thing in the middle is the key that I'm seeing more and more, and we're talking about using it to unlock potential. And potential was the word that I used last biennium for my project, for my altruistic project. So we put unlocking before that, and I shared in my very first letter, in my first newsletter, that I want unlocking potential to have lots of different meanings. I want it to mean unlocking our potential, unlocking the potential in ADK, unlocking the potential in each of our principles, and just think of it as many different ways as you can think of. Especially the principles is what I want to think of. And I'll talk a little bit later about those principles and how I'll be using them this biennium. All right, I'm sorry for the delay. I had to find my place. I'm going to use this moment to do the thing that I was fumbling and forgot last night. This is a presentation to Lottie. Somebody gave me this letter and this gift for Lottie back several months ago, and I was told to keep it and present it to Lottie at convention. And so this is an old recognition, but it is one that I'm sure she deserves. So I am going to read this as briefly as I can. This is from the Southern Scholarship Foundation. Dear Lottie, Southern Scholarship Foundation's core values begin with community. SSF fosters personal relationships that are founded on patience, trust, enthusiasm, and responsibility. As a community, we encourage one another to grow, achieve, enjoy, and prepare for the future. Community makes the Education for Life philosophy a reality. In 2020, we are honoring those individuals and groups who invest in this philosophy by reconstructing how we recognize our donors. SSF's new giving communities, an update to our pledge societies, celebrate individuals and organizations who exemplify this value and have an established history of financially supporting our mission. Giving communities recognize all donors who consistently support SSF, whether it be through a substantial gift, recurring gift, and or planned gift. Every gift is important in sustaining our mission. With this change, we plan to hold giving communities events more frequently and bring events closer to our donors. Thank you for your continued support and for being a member of our new President's Circle. The enclosed pin represents our gratitude for your commitment to the foundation. Please see the enclosed information about the new giving. And so they have sent this beautiful pin that says Southern Scholarship Foundation for Lottie. Thank you, Nina.
I accept this on behalf of all of the sisters of Florida Alpha Delta Kappa.
Now we're going to see a video from Marcia Hennings about the 80K collegiate clubs. Please listen because this is an exciting new thing that we're hoping to embark on in our state.
Give me an A, give me a D, give me a K, give me a C, give me another C. What does that stand for? Alpha Delta Kappa Collegiate Club. Yay! Hello, I'm Marcia Hennings, chairman of your Alpha Delta Kappa Collegiate Club Ad Hoc Committee. An Alpha Delta Kappa Collegiate Club is an educational club for students in the Teachers College. The first Alpha Delta Kappa Collegiate Club was chartered at Ball State in Indiana in March of 2016. Since then, 2 more clubs have been chartered, one at Colorado State University and the other at the University of Arizona. A 4th collegiate club is on track to be chartered this school year at Indiana State University. The idea of Alpha Delta Kappa collegiate clubs is blossoming, and many states are working to establish them. Our committee members have been reaching out to contacts at some of our local colleges and universities, UCF and Valencia College in Orlando, FSU, and Indian River State College in Fort Pierce. Collegiate clubs are a bridge to the future of Alpha Delta Kappa. The members of an Alpha Delta Kappa collegiate club, these future educators, can be our future members. To date, we have a faculty member at Indian River State College who is interested in becoming the advisor for an Alpha Delta Kappa collegiate club. Our next step will be to find one of our Alpha Delta Kappa chapters in the area to be a sponsor and assist the faculty advisor with the chartering process. We've only just begun, but we are excited. To follow us on this journey, Read our monthly newsletter articles in Nina's Key Notes. Thank you.
Thank you, Marcia. Be sure to get in touch with Marcia if you are interested in being on her committee or interested in being involved with one of these chapters we hope to form. And now we have the treasurer's report from Joanne Carroll.
So sorry, I was too busy writing checks. Okay, so my treasurer's report for this biennia, or for this meeting, catches us up from the end of the last biennia. So it starts at the end of May 2020, when the books were turned over to me. So our checking account balance at that time was $40,880.11. Then over the summer, we got 2 additional statements. There had been some activity just prior to the books being turned over to me. Some dues came in, some donations for Scholarship House and FLAPA. So there was a total deposits of $280. And then we had some disbursements for some of committee work and officer costs, and also donations that had been collected for the longest day that went to the Alzheimer's Association. So we had a total disbursement of $1,295.97. So our balance at the end of June was $39,864.14. In July, there was no activity, so our balance remained the same. And then in August, there were some donations to the textbook fund, some additional dues. Dues come in periodically, like they did in June and again in August. When sisters reinstate, they pay state dues, so we've gotten some dues that came in that way from a couple of our chapters. We also were selling T-shirts as a Ways and Means project for the state for the convention. Some of you may have bought those, and some people are wearing those today. So we had some money come in from that. We also had a request from the Southern Scholarship Foundation for our Scholarship House. They're doing major renovations on the bathrooms throughout the house. The total cost of the renovations were going to be, I forget, 50,000, yeah, a large amount. But we had agreed to supplement when they make these kinds of major renovations. The last one was a new roof. Now they're doing the bathrooms. $10,000 when they do those types of renovations. So they requested those funds, and I transferred those funds from our Scholarship House account into the checking account. And so then that in turn was dispersed. We also had a request from the Scholarship House chair for textbook funds. So we had been collecting for the Marilyn Sharp's textbook fund, and so $2,100 went to Scholarship House to cover that, and then some money for petty cash. We also had a request from the Scholarship House for basic refurbishment that they do each summer before the girls come back. So they have a company that comes in, paints, and does some touching up here and there with, drywall repair and those kinds of things. So that was $1,035 was paid out for that. So at the end of August, our balance was $36,974.14. I also wanted to report on our other accounts. We have several accounts in which we keep larger amounts of monies. One of them is a money market account that's specifically earmarked for Scholarship House. So that's where the money came from, like for those small refurbishments, like for that $1,035 for the painting and repairs. But that account at the beginning of the biennium at the end of May was $44,560.36. Each month we get a little bit of interest on that account because it is a money market account. So we got 37 cents in June, so the balance went up, and so just trickles in. But the main thing that happened was that in looking at expenses that had gone out of the checking account and monies that had been spent for Scholarship House, we needed to reimburse our checking account for that amount. So at the end of September, I wrote a check, or I transferred $2,054.54 to our checking account. That brought the balance for that money market account to $42,506.95. So we have, plenty of money when the house needs refurbishing. The other money market performance account we have is what I call our legacy account. We had several sisters that left sizable legacies to the Scholarship House, and those were earmarked for capital improvement. So that's the fund that we utilize when we do large repairs like the roof and now the bathroom renovations. That account at the end of May had $51,825.85. Again, that account earns a small amount of interest each month, but the most important thing is that that $10,000 was transferred out of that account to cover the renovations that we had looked at and approved and Southern Scholarship Foundation requested. So $10,000 was transferred from that account, bringing our balance at the end of August to $41,827.09. In addition, we have a savings account that is earmarked for disaster relief. And we have not had any requests during the time that just from the end of May until presently for that. Some requests are coming in and that we will be looking at. But at the end of that account only gets statements every 3 months. So the previous balance was for the end of March was $28,611.56. We earned 71 cents of interest in the 3 months, bringing us to $28,612.27. But at the end of September, when I looked at rectifying the books and making sure that we were reimbursing our checking account from this account whenever funds were requested, I found that we needed to reimburse our checking account $2,567.19. So that money was transferred, bringing our balance to $26,045.08. So we still have plenty of money in that account when these requests come in from sisters, and we already are getting some requests from sisters in the Panhandle that were hit by the recent storms. In addition, we have a certificate of deposit that has a balance of $33,092.42. So those are all of our accounts and their current balances.
I will clarify one point. Joanne's history in being on the board is just beginning. I've been here quite a while. About 2 years ago, we made a commitment to Southern Scholarship Foundation that we would help in some major repairs like the bathrooms and roof. And we made a $50,000 commitment that is coming out of what Joanne has named the Legacy Fund, and we thank her for that because we were having so much trouble keeping track of what these different funds were, and that's a perfect name for it. So far we have and our agreement was to give $10,000 per year out of that for 5 years to make the commitment of $50,000. So we have already given $20,000 of that, and we will give another $10,000 to sometime next year. And we will be doing that each year until we finish that 5-year commitment, and they have finished some major repairs. Paula Bird will now give us an executive board report.
Good morning again. Your executive board has been very busy all summer, despite the challenges of operating within the restrictions of the pandemic. Here are a few highlights. We met in June in Leesburg for our work weekend. There, we updated policies and procedures, planned the events of the 2020 to 2022 biennium, including officer training, laying the groundwork for this weekend's activities, updated the budget for the biennium, set goals, and had some wonderful fellowship and time getting to know each other. We met as a board by Zoom over the summer to conduct business. We learned to be flexible in how we meet and make decisions, and learned that technology can be our friend or our enemy, depending on the weather or the phase of the moon. One of our biggest successes, based on participation and feedback, was our virtual officers training. It worked so well that we are considering using that format in the future. We also have continued our support of Scholarship House, which Joanne and Nina mentioned, for textbooks and renovations and repairs. Finally, I'd like to strongly encourage you to visit the Florida Alpha Delta Kappa website at www.flalphadeltakappa.org. There you will find a wealth of information important to chapters and members. It is updated and new items are added frequently. Again, that is www.floridaalphadeltakappa.org. Officer training videos are there. You'll be able to see this workshop videos. You'll find reports. You'll find everything you need to be successful in your chapter with Alpha Delta Kappa this biennium. Thank you.
And now Liz is going to give you her president-elect report. She has been so excited about this. I've been hearing about it all weekend. So, yeah, she's told us it's about 20 pages long. We'll see.
Right. Good morning. It's so nice to see all of you, and I just am picturing all of you out there. I know Carolyn Twaddle, I know you're watching. I hope your headache is feeling better, and we miss you being here with us. I am Liz Lilly, and I am honored to serve as your state president-elect. And as president-elect, I have the privilege of choosing an altruistic project, and most of you know by now that my project is Florida Special Olympics. And I'd like to share a little information about Special Olympics that you may or may not know. These are some things that I did not know until I started researching the organization. Special Olympics Florida provides year-round sports training and athletic competition in a variety of Olympic-type sports for children and adults with intellectual disabilities, giving them continuing opportunities to develop physical fitness, demonstrate courage, experience joy, and participate in sharing the gifts, skills, and friendships with their families, other Special Olympic athletes, and the community. If individuals with intellectual disabilities can receive appropriate instruction and encouragement, receive constant training, compete among those with equal abilities, the results are personal growth, stronger families, and united communities. An environment of equality, respect, and acceptance. Special Olympics does not charge a fee to their athletes or to the families to train or compete. They offer sport opportunities for athletes of all abilities. Group athletes based on ability for equitable competition. They call it a process called divisioning, and age and gender are also considered for divisioning. All participants receive an award for their efforts. They have the opportunity to advance to higher levels of competition, and it's based on order of finish for each division in random draw. So they have they pick a sport, they have 10 weeks of training in that sport, and then they have competitions. And as they move through the competitions, they have opportunities to compete at the local level, a district level, state level, and then there's even regional and international levels. The Florida Alpha Delta Kappa Virtual 5K is the President-elect project. The money we raise will directly benefit the programs in our communities. On the Alpha Delta Kappa website, alphadeltakappa.org, there is a tab called the President-elect Project. It is the last tab on the right. On that page, you will find links to Florida Special Olympics and the virtual 5K registration page. There are also documents to help guide you through the process. When registering, you're going to search your chapter name, click on your chapter name, join the team to walk and receive the shirt, or donate to your team if you do not wish to walk. Registration is $30 and includes the cost of the shirt and shipping. T-shirts will ship to the team captain unless otherwise selected. If you select otherwise, they would like you to pay the $5 for shipping since it's going to a different address. If you do not wish to receive a shirt but want to do the walk and do the $30 and have the whole $30 go to Special Olympics, when you choose the size, one of the size options is no shirt. So you'll just click the size drop-down box and click no shirt from the menu. There is also a button to click to keep the funds you raise in your county. So every person, every chapter can have the funds that they raise stay in their local community. In closing, I thank you for your support, and I'm going to leave you with this short video. The music, lyrics, and video are my why I chose this project. Thank you.
I am not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are.
I'm asking you, athletes, to show the world what it looks like to lead from the heart. Franny, do you have a message for all the athletes?
I love you. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat of drum. I just want to make my family proud.
I feel so happy to be able to compete with a group of guys that I love.
They said I would never walk, jump, or run. I just proved them all wrong.
You did good. Thank you. You as well.
We are bursting through the barricades and reaching for the sun. Yeah, that's what we become. I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us. For your glory.
No matter what your disability is, you can compete, and if you train as hard as you have, you can win gold just like I did.
I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me.
Okay, that gets me every time. So I have a couple of other hats as President-elect. I would like to talk to you about the state website, Florida alphadeltakappa.org. FL, alphadeltakappa.org. You'll probably hear it again. I am very proud of what we have accomplished with our website. We have done some updates. We have added some pages. There is a page for every district. I do need the district chairman to send me their logo, and I will add that to your district's page. The state officers are listed with their pictures on a page. There's a page for our committee chairman, with the committee chairman's names. Like I said, each district has a page. At the bottom of the main page, of the home page, there are some direct links. One of those direct links is to the bylaws template that is now ready, that bylaws are to be revised in the odd number years, and they are due March 15th. But if you want to get a head start, there is a bylaws template there, and we've put the word Florida in every place where the word Florida needs to be. So what you need to do is just add your chapter name, and in a couple places your district. Also on that home page at the bottom, one of those buttons is the Alpha Delta Kappa month report. I believe that is due November 15th, and they're November 10th or 15th, between there sometime. Go to alphadeltakappa.org, and it will have the answer. Yes, we are. We put a hit counter on there midsummer, and we are almost to 1,000 hits on the website. So write it down. It will link you. If you need something from international, there are some direct links to the international website. So both the bylaws and the Alpha Delta Kappa report can be found at the bottom of the homepage through buttons, but they also can be found on the chapter resources page. So the chapter resources, one of the items is state documents and forms, and it'll take you to all of our state documents and forms that you may need. The points tracker is in that folder, along with a direct link at FloridaAlphaDeltaKappa.org. Thank you.
They don't know 850 of the hits are yours.
We're having a good time up here. We hope you're having a good time out there. Now I need to see if there are any other officers that would like to make comments. Okay. All right, Pat would like to make a comment.
Good morning again, sisters. I would like to remind each chapter, as you have a death, make sure that you send that I know to Pat Hall 32448 @gmail.com. We missed a sister that we're going to need to count. She actually died back a year, but we're going to count her in with this biennium. And so far, we have had 4 sisters to pass away. So that's a total of 5 as we are in just our first leadership meeting. So make sure that I know, and I'm getting stationery. You will get cards. We feel your sorrow also. As one of us leaves the earth, then all of us feel that for the family and for the chapter. Thank you so much.
Anyone else? Okay.
Hello again, Joanne Carroll, your state treasurer. I want to remind you the time is short now to get 990s filed. It's a very simple process. If you came to my workshop Over the summer, in August, we had instructions, step-by-step instructions. It's so important that each and every chapter file the 990 by October 15th. Today's the 3rd, so you have 12 more days. I am having a leadership team meeting October the 11th, but and if but contact me between now and then if you're having trouble, because it's very important that everyone file those, each chapter. Also, you should be already collecting chapter dues, and I was just going to mention, I know that people are not meeting in person too much right now. I thought that our chapter treasurer was brilliant in that she and our chapter president sent out, when they sent out our chapter yearbook, the hard copies to each person, they also enclosed a self-addressed stamped envelope to the chapter treasurer so that it made it easy for everyone to get their dues in on time. I think that's a brilliant idea in this age of COVID when we're not seeing each other face to face. So there's an idea for you, because you want to make sure you get those dues in as well. So keep up the good work.
Are there any other officers that want to make comments?
Hi, it's me again. Can't get rid of me. I just wanted to thank everyone for participating in last night's mini convention. It did put a lot of closure to my biennium, even though I do have 2 more years to kind of push Nina along the road and pull Liz onto the other side of the table. But I do want to also apologize for any of the technical difficulties. But those of you that did miss and are able to be viewing us today and hearing us hopefully a little better, please be sure you watch the video that will be posted on Monday, and Nina will remind you again as to the sites that that video will be posted on, because we really did have a very, very lovely mini convention. And for that, I would like to thank not only my executive board, Nina's executive board, but especially Pat Fallaney, my convention chairman, along with Missy Decker, who is our humongous audience today. And she is wearing her teacher t-shirt on, her teacher squad t-shirt. And I'd like to thank Missy for being here last night and for, again, staying today. And Dottie Williams, we missed you. Thank you.
Okay, it's October, and that means it's Founders Month. And so now we have a video put together by Opal Duran, the committee chairman for Alpha Delta Kappa Month. And so watch the video and enjoy our celebration.
Agnes Shipman Robertson, Marie Neal, Marion Southall, and Hattie Pepino were 4 educators who had vision. That vision led to action and innovative ideas to promote a closer professionalism among outstanding women educators. They knew that women needed a bond, and they wanted to honor women educators in a special way and give them opportunities for personal and professional growth. They were nurturers, giving up their time and talents to encourage teachers to come together to start Alpha Delta Kappa chapters all over the country.
Agnes Shipman Robertson was the main nurturer and promoter. Opal Lungsford, former executive administrator, told of Agnes driving across the country to facilitate the birth of the organization. Agnes was 24 hours a day, 8 days a week, Alpha Delta Kappa, she said. Agnes always had visions, Opal said. Every night she would come up with something new. She would come back from trips loaded with new ideas. She would pass these ideas to staff to implement so that she could then go on to other things. She was a great thinker as she drove. She thought of ways to work things, ways to grow.
Marie Neal was the supporter and the provider of a strong bond with Agnes. They were very good friends. Opal said, Marie kept the records and handled the money in her office at home. She used her time and talents to help manage the organization and nurture its growth. She became the executive secretary-treasurer of ADK. Marie and her husband Tom would often go with Agnes to install chapters. Opal recalls Agnes carried the initiation material in the trunk of her car. They would take cookies and get punch for the initiation ceremonies.
Marian Southall was interested in that bond for educators, and she assisted Marie in her role. She used her talents and abilities to provide leadership and become the first national vice president and head of the executive board. The official song, The Lamp of Alpha Delta Kappa, was composed by Carolyn and Richard Southall, children of Marian. Richard also wrote the music for There Is a Sorority in Our Town as well.
Hattie Pepino taught commerce and library at Garnett and Chanute, then became a librarian in Kansas City. She was a member of several professional organizations, and with her vision and teaching experience was instrumental in formulating the policies and aspirations of Alpha Delta Kappa. She was a great leader and supporter, serving on the first executive board.
These 4 women were the wings for tomorrow. They were like the life cycle of the butterfly. They were like the embryo, developing a new idea, a new organization. They were like the caterpillar or larva in its growing stage as they started new chapters to grow the organization. Then, like the pupa, looking for a final nesting place, their home became Kansas City, Missouri. And from there, the butterfly took flight, and on August 13th, 1947, our 4 founders, Agnes Shipman, Marie Neal, Marian Southall, and Hattie Pepino, signed the incorporation agreement, and Alpha Delta Kappa, honorary fraternal organization for women educators, took flight. It has grown into more than 1,400 chapters in every state in the United States and also around the world, and has more than 40,000 members. Since 1947, more than 125,000 women educators have been initiated into ADK.
We too have a special bond as women educators, and like our founders, provide vision, action, and innovation in our schools and community. We are the wings of tomorrow, women educators involved in nurturing, giving, and supporting as we grow personally and professionally. This Founders Day program was developed from the history of our founders on Alpha Delta Kappa website. Excerpts and quotes were taken from the context. This program was written by Peggy Stemmel, Kappa Chapter, Owensburg, Kentucky, in 2009.
Thank you to Opal and her chapter, Xi chapter, for presenting that ceremony for us and that information. Okay. Now we're going to continue to celebrate by singing Beautiful Sisterhood, and Joanne is going to lead us again. Board, you can stand if you want to stretch. Those of you at home can stay seated or stand, whichever you'd rather do.
symbols of a sisterhood that never will grow old. And so are 80K sisters who have gone on before. Your lamps are not extinguished. We hold them high once more. Beautiful children's faces, minds that are fresh and new, seeking the right direction and finding it in you. And so as 80K sisters, we pass the torch along, because we touch the future. Our legacy lives on, because we touch the future. Our legacy lives
Thank you, Joanne. And in case you have forgotten, Joanne wrote that song. And now Caroline Gilmore has a membership moment.
Good morning, sisters. Thanks to all of the chapters for submitting their CNA in August. 73 of 73 chapters have earned a Pearl from International for submitting this form. I'll be sharing this information with the chapter membership chairman at our meeting Monday, October 5th, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, with 10 years to 24 years, our sisters can be recognized with a violet charm for your badge. These violets can be purchased on the international website through Transcend. And now, I have exciting news to share with you. As of October 1st, new member dues have been restructured and the new member application fee has been eliminated. Yes, the new member application fee has been eliminated, so you may initiate any time during the year without that application fee. You'll receive further information from me on this. And I'd like to invite you all to visit our website. You need to go to Florida FL. See, I've been tracking you. FL Alpha Delta Kappa.org. We'll be looking for you viewing us.
I hope you're realizing we'd really like for you to use the Florida Alpha Delta Kappa website. There's even more information on it than we had before. Liz has added lots more than there was when I was president-elect. And I'd also like to remind you, and Diane's going to probably say the same thing at some point, to go to alphadeltakappa.org and visit the directory and check your personal information, because we're having trouble getting in touch with some of you because your email is wrong. And you can edit your own information, and your president, treasurer, or membership chairman can edit your information if you'll let them know it needs to be edited. And people my age, think about it. Did you kill your landline and forget to change the phone number on the international website? Because I did. It's correct now. So everybody check and think about it. Sometimes we change things and forget to change it in all the different places we need to change it. All right. Now, before I start my president's remarks, I have a few things that I forgot to tell you earlier. Okay, the first is, doesn't the board look nice in our new board shirts? We got new board shirts this biennium. I think they're a little bit cooler and a little bit more comfortable. but you will get to see them in person hopefully soon. The other thing I forgot when I was talking about my theme was to mention my goals. And I have two major goals. Right now, we have 72 chapters in Florida Alpha Delta Kappa. And my first goal is that we will maintain having 72 chapters by the end of the biennium, and that maybe we will have made some of those chapters a little bit stronger, because with Caroline's work and with the collegiate clubs and with some other things going on, I'm hoping that we will find a way to recruit in every chapter and add members to our organization. The second goal is about the collegiate clubs. My goal, when I asked Marcia Hennings to chair that, and she's done a wonderful job, is that by the end of this biennium, we will have either one collegiate chapter chartered or at least very close. And if we can do more than one, that would be super. To start my remarks, it has been traditional for the president to have a different focus on the theme at each state leadership meeting. Last summer at the International Convention in Minneapolis, someone, I think it might have been Sue Pelchat, someone shared the idea that the word all, A-W-E, can be used to represent our principles: altruism, world understanding, and excellence in education. That really caught my ear and my imagination, because, as I told you, I want to unlock the potential in our principles. At that point, I had already chosen my theme, and I knew that I wanted that phrase to have multiple meanings of unlocking different things, so we could unlock the potential in ourselves, our chapters, and even in the principles, as I've said. So the focus for this meeting is altruism. How can we unlock the potential in altruism? Well, for one thing, at this weekend, we have had two big projects. You heard about the first one, Lottie's altruistic project for the Lawton and Rhea Child Center for Healthy Mothers and Babies. And you have given generously already, I know, and if you didn't donate, remember you have through November to donate. So remember that altruism. And my altruistic focus for this leadership meeting is the Scholarship House Textbook Fund. So there's another big one, an important one. The goal for each semester for the scholarship is to give each girl a $150 textbook scholarship. With 17 girls in the house, that adds up to $2,550 each semester. The hope is to continue to collect enough donations through each year to completely cover those textbook scholarships, just out of donations, without having to go into the funds that we use for repairs and refurbishing and remodeling sometimes, like doing major things right now. So I ask you individually and as chapters and districts, please keep the textbook fund in mind and donate regularly. And remember, there's points for that. Keep the fund filled up so we can give these scholarships every semester. So when the meeting is over today, you need to write 2 checks if you haven't already. One to the scholarship, to the textbook fund, and one for Lottie's altruistic. Send your checks to Joanne Carroll, State Treasurer. And remember, for those checks for the textbook fund, make sure you note that it's for the textbook fund, so that Joanne will know that it goes in the textbook fund and not the general scholarship house fund. Having been treasurer, I know that was a problem sometimes, and treasurers can't read your mind, so make sure you put textbook fund. What other ways can we unlock the potential of altruism? Altruism, in part of its definition, says concern for the well-being of others. Something we're known for in this organization and is very dear to our hearts at all levels, chapter, district, state, regional, and international, and with monetary gifts and service gifts. But do we remember that altruism also includes our own chapter sisters and our potential sisters, whether it's a phone call, a note, a meal cooked and delivered to a young teacher and her family, visiting an elderly sister on Zoom? What can you do for new young teachers who need someone to talk to give support and encouragement, and maybe later give them an invitation to visit your chapter? How do we unlock the potential of altruism during a pandemic? Many of us can still give monetary donations. I'm fortunate, being retired, to have income coming in regardless of what I do, and so I can still give. Service and volunteering are currently more difficult, but not impossible. There's some ways that things that we can do, things like collect things that are needed from our sisters and then deliver them. A lot of places will let you deliver with no contact now, so those are things we can still do during a pandemic. And I discovered that you can still mentor during a pandemic. I finally got to put the idea that I started with the last year with the Project Potential, and I am now a mentor for Take Stock in Children. And I do that mentoring on Zoom. So I'm still able to volunteer and serve even during a pandemic. And remember, many sisters say they joined because of the altruism we do. So it has the potential to help you recruit new members. And now Lottie is going to do our sister recognition.
Told you couldn't get rid of me. I have the pleasure of doing a little bit of fraternity education because in reading some of the newsletters and minutes that some of the presidents are sending out and the district sisters are sending out, some of you have a little bit of a misconception as to what the Violet Award is. So in recognizing our sisters this morning, I'd like to start from the bottom and work my way up. Sisters that are new to Alpha Delta Kappa, newly initiated, through 9 years, the state of Florida will call you our key sisters. Just like you were the ladybugs for me and we were violets before, well, we can't use violets anymore because those of you that have attained 10 through 24 years in Alpha Delta Kappa, you are now a violet sister. Congratulations to those sisters who have served Alpha Delta Kappa for 25 through 34 years. You are our silver sisters. And welcome this morning to our sapphire sisters. You fill this category if you have attained 35 through 49 years. Our newest sapphire sister is sitting on our board. Nina just became a sapphire sister. Congratulations to Nina and all the sisters that will attain sapphire status this biennium. Sisters 50 through 59 years in serving Alpha Delta Kappa, thank you so much for your support, your guidance, and your leadership. You are our golden sisters. Hi, Elaine. And Florida does have a few off the top of my head. I'm not sure who they are exactly, but I'm sure someone will let me know via email or our Facebook webpage that if you have attained 60 or more years in Alpha Delta Kappa, regardless of what state, province, or nation you began in. You are a diamond sister, and congratulations to you. You sparkle. That's my fraternity ed for today.
And Diane has some announcements for us. You might want to make sure you make note of some of these because some of them are pretty important for you. We cannot have committee meetings today, but some of you are going to have committee meetings as Zoom meetings in the next few days.
Good morning, sisters. So the only committee meetings that we're going to have at this time will be those related to the officers. Here's their schedule. Each officer involved in these meetings will receive a Zoom invitation by email. Sunday, October 4th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time will be the presidents. Monday, October 5th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time will be the membership chairman. Monday, October 5th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the presidents-elect. Tuesday, October 6th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the district chairman and the district chairman-elect. And then Sunday, October 11th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the treasurers. We also have been noticed that the Disaster Release Committee will also be having a meeting on Zoom. The time and the date is still to be announced, right? Yep. Okay. Anything else, ladies? Okay. Thank you. Sorry. FL alphadeltacappa.org.
And now I'm going to take a moment of personal privilege, and I'm going to give a special thank you to the two people who have worked hard on our technology. It has not been perfect, but it hasn't been because they didn't try. So, and they tried hard, and they do know what they're doing. We know how technology is. It's wonderful when it works. Okay, so the first is Beverly Gibson, my daughter. She was come out so we can see you. Come on. Yeah, Bev first, and then you can go back. Okay, she helped mostly in the planning stages, getting this all ready. And we had lots of sisters that sent us videos, but it was a little tricky to get them all to work with what we had. So here's Beverly, and we thank her. Okay. And she also was taking pictures last night. And now when Bev goes back, we want Jared to come up here so you can see him. I've known Jared since he was in about second grade. He's grown up a lot since then. Big, tall guy. Okay. This is Jared Hester. He is our worship technology person at our church and very knowledgeable and has put up with us this weekend. It's
been a pleasure.
Okay. Thank you, Jared. Okay, and now we are going to adjourn. Could use my gavel with the singing of the Lamp of ADK, and Joanne will lead us again.
Social distance circle.